Damn, this is an awesome walk, you guys. So we walked through the mall. How's everybody feeling? Well, I think it's appropriate in some ways, maybe as a thank you to those that have walked through this before, that we actually walked through somewhere slightly warm and comfortable. Keep on coming, guys.
It's like a shopping walk.
Wow. So guys, we're almost done with our mile. We usually stop halfway, but you guys are so swift that we're almost done with our mile already. You know, doing these walks is for me is often it's a split between being really proud and also thinking about, well, what can we do next? Because, every time we walk out the front door, the joke between the three of us is, well, guys, nobody might be out there. We're going to just walk down the street, three guys going, yeah, we did that. And then, they send, the special people with the short bus to pick us up. But you know what? That's not what happens. 45 miles we've walked, and every time you guys have been standing there waiting to walk with us, and that's really inspiring. There's a lot of things that we've gotten to do over the last decade, and one of the things that I'm most proud of is seeing you guys come back with ideas and excitement and passion, saying, you know what, this idea, this basic thing has inspired me to see what I can do, and that's what the walk is really about. This is not about the fact that we got together and walked a mile through a mall. No, that is really cool. And I'm going to see that picture of you go down the escalator for many times in my brain thinking about it. It's funny. The idea that you guys really have the opportunity to be, no joke, the greatest generation ever. You guys have the opportunity to be the first generation to look at everything you do in your life, the things you consume, the jobs that you take, the kids that you raise, the things that you instill in the future generations, and say, you know what, we're more connected through technology than we've ever been. We're more of a global economy. The things we buy, the things we do every day. There's no reason why we can't decide to make, the pursuit of happiness the pursuit of giving. There's no reason why we can't take this whole idea of, having a lot and, being blessed to be, born in this country and decide to actually use that privilege and that opportunity every day to make a difference for those that have very, very little. There's always going to be huge challenges, and every generation has been asked, whether they were going to face them or not. Some did, some didn't. Our grandparents are called the greatest generation. They faced, tyranny, and they flew across the world and fought wars and built on their backs, an amazing country. Now we have a different kind of challenge, a much more silent one. It's not going to involve somebody going over and dropping a bomb on us. It starts from the inside out. It starts with disease, with kids that are born into a family where they have a disease that's going to make them live at most 3 years. If they're born with AIDS, they live for 3 years without drugs. And even if they get drugs, they need food to keep them alive, and they need water. But everybody has something they can use, and we are the first generation that has truly the opportunity to take the walk every day, to do simple things, and begin to change the world. A few examples. One is we have music. So when we went to Africa, we saw doctors that were doing incredible work saving the lives of kids and preventing them from being born with AIDS by developing research for pregnant mothers that had AIDS and saying, you know what, if we can give these mothers drugs, they can keep their kids from being born with disease. So the money from Great Divide went directly to those doctors, and it saved many, many lives. Over 2,000 kids have been affected by the money that was raised just from that one download in Soweto, South Africa. The next step was, well, what else can we use? And we came across this Tom's Shoes idea. Now, Tom's is just an idea 18 months ago. 18 months ago, our friend Blake had this idea. He said, you know what, I can start giving away shoes. I'll sell a pair and I'll give a pair away. Shoes are important because you can't do a lot of things without a pair of shoes. And there's so many people, kids especially, that are hampered by just basic needs. Do I have water? Do I have food? Do I have clothing? Do I have shoes? And so through the walks, we talked to you guys about shoes and the idea about buying a pair of Toms. For every pair you buy, a second pair is donated. It took us about 37 miles to reach Tom's major goal, but we did it. And we went to Africa and gave away 50,000 pairs of shoes. Thanks to so many people. 50,000 pairs! And you know what? It didn't start with some huge investor that was like, you know what, you guys can do this, and here's $3 million, now go change the world. It started with crazy ideas, and with the drive to go out there and do it, and it started with 50,000 individuals doing something. And that's what you guys are. The walk is not about who's watching. The walk is about what you guys will do tomorrow. This is about every individual standing here today that doesn't give a shit about the other person next to him and says, you know what, whatever you do is your job to decide. But I am going to use what I've got tomorrow and the next day and the next day, and I'm going to be accountable to making a difference in the world. Everybody here has something that they do well, a skills they have, an idea, whatever it is that you're going to do in your life. This isn't about, trying to become a full-time world changer and, not being able to make any money because you're like, well, we're going to go hug trees, We're going to do something. We can be productive in our lives, and we can ask ourselves every day, what's that one little thing I can do? What's that simple action I can take? And believe me, when you do things, other people will see that. They will see it as an example, and they'll ask, well, what am I doing? And that's the job that you guys have. The walk is about action, and you guys have just, you've done that today. 45 miles is just the beginning. So I want to thank you guys so much for walking this far with us. It's really, it's cold, which is why we took you across the sky walks.
Skyway.
And,
Thank you,
the sky walks. Notice they're called skyways, but we call them sky walks. You can't miss that stuff. All right, everybody, we're going to look at our friend here, filming. I want everybody to throw their hand in the air and say, I took the walk! 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 Woo! Okay, guys, well, we just have a little ways to go before we finish this thing. We have some hot chocolate waiting for you guys at the end. And it is cold, so we invite you guys to come up, and we'll come to the front door. You can pick up your warm, hot cocoa stuff, and get your hand stamped so that you're marked as people that took the walk with us today. That'll keep you at the front of the line. And you can come by Tom's inside when you come into the show. What do you guys say we finish this mile?